It is almost August, Alan.
Wow.
The dog days are here. I'm doing a...
I just looked over and he's making the most ridiculous faces. Wow.
My vocalization exercises.
Wow.
CJ Haddock and show producer H2 Helen Haddock. You know what time it is, folks. It's the Pain and Anger Comedy Podcast.
Time.
This week, the dog days of summer. Helen's lame idea from last week is going to be played out this week. 5 things you don't know about us.
That's right.
Keep your voice up over there.
Yes, dear.
What else? We're actually going to take a look at one of my actual CJ weekend to-do lists because I got a lot.
Oh God!
I get a lot of grief from that. So you're going to see how comprehensive and important it is.
You mean how anal you are?
This week's news includes naked bank robbers, Ferraris, and snakes. Helen, you love snakes. Listener email also, and 1 or 2 other things. Listen, if you're going to do stay put, but let me go through the channel info first. Send us an email at painangercomedy@gmail.com. We're available on Twitter at painangercomedy. You can download episodes directly from our website, painangercomedy.wordpress.com. Remind me, I have something to tell you about that in a minute too. iTunes, subscribe, rate us and review us. We're also available on SoundCloud and, of course, YouTube. When you're over there watching, I don't know what Helen watches, zit-popping videos or whatever she watches.
Listen, it's better than watching, like, cat videos or golf videos or some weirdo playing video games videos.
That's fair enough. Anyway, let's do this. How are you, honey?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. We just enjoyed a leisurely walk in the woods.
We did.
Behind the Pain and Anger.
Probably all bitten up, and they'll probably have Lyme disease soon.
Behind the studios. Now, when we say woods, it's like we just take 3 laps around a couple of small trees.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, before I forget. Did I sound hollow?
No.
No, before I forget. Everybody shops at Amazon, right, Helen?
Exactly.
Listen, there is a new link up on our website.
Sorry,
www.
I did just rip Alex a new one about not doing his chores, so...
We'll get to that because that was beautiful parenting.
Yes.
www.painangercomedy.wordpress.com. If you are going to go shop on Amazon, if you go to our website and click on the Amazon link there, we will get credit for your Amazon traffic. It won't cost you a penny. It'll cost you 2 extra clicks.
I see us making some money because I'm going to be the one clicking on the linky.
If you buy something using that link to get to Amazon, and you'll go right to Amazon, it'll be just like nothing happened. If you buy something, we get credit for it. So please, by all means, take advantage of that wonderful feature over there. So, okay. Anyway, we did just get downstairs. Helen her stepson, my stepson, her son's son. Alex, great kid. But he's a little behind on the weekend.
I have chores for them on weekends.
He's a little behind right now.
They're all supposed to be done by 6 o'clock. And they know that because last week, CJ and I had a little bit of a disagreement because CJ tried to advocate and lawyer for Bryn and say that she wouldn't have known that the deadline was 6 o'clock. So even though every single week beforehand it had been 6 o'clock, we made it sort of like a hard in stone rule that it was a 6 o'clock deadline. So 6 o'clock came and went. So Alex was upstairs on his computer and, hey, guess what? This is my house, not their house. So open the door to his room and get up. Your sheets aren't done. The dogs aren't fed. It's,
Time's up, Al.
Yep. So sorry. You got to do what you got to do on weekends. They're like, yeah, give them till 6 o'clock.
And then when the chores are done, of course.
41?
Jesus.
Yes, there you go.
Anyway, yeah, you were still wrong in that other argument, by the way. You have to tell them it's 6 o'clock every week. But
no, I don't.
Let's not do that again. All right, over there? And also turn your light on.
Why do I have to turn my light on? I'm the one sitting back here.
Give me the vibe.
give you the mojo.
Give me. Oh, now see, that's much better.
Right. It was very. He said it was very assertive.
My difficult daughter, who was generally the biggest problem,
Understatement of the
found
millennium.
herself in an unlikely position of having to sit there and have her shit done already, which is weird.
The funny thing is that she had her stuff done because she wanted to go to breakfast with you this morning.
Oh, that's true.
Otherwise, I suspect that I would be yelling at the both of them. That's just what I'm thinking.
You know what? It started out as a hot as hell week here from an undisclosed basement location in North America.
Yes.
Very temperate, though, last few days, Helen.
It's so pretty outside, not a cloud in the sky. Took the dogs for a long walk today, and unfortunately, the pudgy one, Flyer, he kind of, on the way home, was like, screw this. I am done with you. I'm laying down and not getting back up.
Aren't we old, boring-ass people?
We are. We talk about our walks with our dogs.
Walks. And had some locusts. I started to sound like Garrison Keeler. Had some locusts out on the deck this week.
To go along with your squirrel love?
Yeah. I noticed the squirrels have multiplied as the nuts have been so multiplied.
Well, you know, when you multiply nuts, people tend to come running.
Squirrels, I don't know whether they come in packs, families, schools, but I've seen a few of them. I assume they're related to each other.
They're all friends.
They seem to be working in concert.
I think that they all leave like a squirrel message behind, so it's like, hey, this dude at this house, he's leaving us nuts.
Yeah, you just like saying nuts, don't you? By this time of year, usually the grass is brown. And
but it hasn't been that cold outside, and you said this before, but this is like the wettest July
Amen.
in a long time.
It is lush out there.
It's nice.
And we'll be hosting a little barbecue this week after a charity walk, won't we, Helen? That's always fun for us, isn't it?
Super great. Yes.
Hello to all you out there who are coming. Remember my rules. Come late, leave early.
Or we don't get offended if you just phone in and say you can't make it.
Come late, leave early, or cancel.
Right.
If you're going to cancel the attendance at the barbecue, send us an email at painangercomedy@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from anybody who's canceling.
Yeah. I love cooking and I love doing all of that stuff, but it's like, you know, you have to be on when you have people over. It's got to be an on thing.
Helen, that's my whole thing about people. Always got to be in a show. Always got to put on a show.
Yeah, we know.
You know, you got to be on.
Right, and it's not, sometimes, you know, at work, I don't even want to be on, but then I get paid to be on there.
You know what's happening? I'm turning you on to turning off.
No, I thought that was me today telling you to chill out, because you feel extraordinarily guilty on weekends if you're not producing every 15 seconds.
I do, but I've never heard you before say, I feel like I have to be on.
Yes, I do have to be. I mean, sometimes like I said, I hate doing it at work. There are times where I would just want to be like, leave me alone, but
that's what sucks about work, by the way, is that you have to be courteous and nice.
I saw this video of this guy who works for Verizon, and I guess Verizon, it was either Verizon or AT&T, one of them, in a big call center, and they laid off a bunch of people in this call center right after telling them that they were all safe and secure, their jobs were safe and secure. So this guy goes into work, and he works for Verizon. He goes in and he's answering the phones. Hey, thanks for calling T-Mobile. What the F do you want? Or, hi, you have reached the man on the moon. What can we help you with? He literally was answering Verizon's phones like that.
Why would you give anyone access to your phone lines after you've told them they're going to be?
I guess it was like their last day.
That's not good.
This guy took a video of himself and posted it online. Like, all these people have seen it, and Snoop Dogg saw it, and he was actually laughing. So it's actually, I mean, this guy's being cheered on because this company literally told him, and I guess he had family members that worked there as well, that they were all safe and secure. And guess what? Screwed in the end.
And there it is.
There it is. So stick it to the man.
Well, despite you running off on that tangent, which had nothing to do with what we're talking about, I think we're talking about work.
Yeah, work.
You have to be on all the time. You have to put on a show. Got to always be on. Always got to be, whatever it is you got to be doing.
Right.
So
exactly. So this guy wasn't on.
So the point is,
tangent.
to get us back to where we were about the fact that when you're hosting, you got to be on.
Yes.
You got to be on. But Helen is a wonderful cook and a great hostess. God bless her. She's good at what she does. And but we're looking forward to seeing those people who are listening, who are actually coming. I just want you to assume that we'll be happy to see you. Mm-hmm. You don't need to hear about our secret desire that you come late, leave early. Plenty of food.
Yes.
Plenty of drink.
Listen, there's a Greek woman hosting this. Come
Hopefully
on now.
it won't be too hot, but it's August, and that's the time when it really turns to shit. I mean, really hot. Sort of you get the doldrums. It's hot. You're tired. All right, Helen, you got your list?
Of things?
Your list of shit?
I got a list.
Last week, Helen came up with a spur-of-the-moment idea. We
cool.
need to tell people more about us.
Right.
And, I suppose under the cloak of anonymity or semi-anonymity.
Right. We should talk about how you freaked out about anonymity on Facebook.
Oh, we're gonna.
Yeah.
We're gonna. Don't hold your fire on that,
'Cause you're
sister.
a freaking troll.
That's coming up in the argument of the week. Mm-hmm. The CJ and Helen argument of the week. Where do I have that in the show? Do I have that there?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's here somewhere. Mm-hmm. Anyway, Helen thought it'd be great to share 5 things about each other.
Yes.
That people don't know. Mm-hmm. So get your pens and pencils out there, folks.
I know this is like riveting information, so
Now,
calm yourself.
Let's just go one at a time. You go first, and then I'll go, and then we'll alternate. How would that be?
Sounds great.
All right, Helen, what's your first revelation about yourself, Helen?
I was a bit of a tomboy as a kid, and I've had stitches in 9 different places on my body.
Okay, that's actually fairly interesting.
Yeah.
Are you ready for mine?
I'm holding on to the edge of my seat.
Number 1.
CJ hates people.
That's not a secret, and that's nothing anybody knows. Number 1, I can juggle.
Oh.
That's right.
Look at you, fancy schmancy. Can
3,
you do it with 2 or 3?
I can do 3 and or 4
Oh, wow.
items.
Hand-eye coordination.
Taught myself that in my teen years for no particular reason.
Boy, you were really popular as a teenager,
Started
weren't
with 1 ball, moved up to 2 balls.
you? 1 ball, 2 ball, 3 ball.
The transition from 2 balls to 3 balls is the tough one. 3 to 4 is not so much, but I can do it. We don't have video, Helen, but I'll show you later.
All right, so I got to go again.
Number 2, Helen.
I have the innate ability to detect a lie, to be able to tune everything out, but also to hear everything.
Okay, that's 3 friggin' things.
Well, those are innate abilities.
Oh, okay.
So it kind of fell into one.
You have an innate ability to overnumber your list.
And you have an innate ability to be super boring.
I mean, that's 3 things.
It's abilities. They go under
Okay.
one category.
All right. You ready for my number 2?
You should have said, oh, my first thing is I can juggle 2 balls. Oh, my second thing is I can juggle 3 balls.
Are you ready?
Yes, go.
Number 2, Big Papa writes poetry.
Not for his wife.
I have written several Helen poems, but I do find that the best poetry comes from angst, pain, misery, and anger.
You would be emo if you weren't so old.
So I do write poetry, and ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it actually is not bad poetry. Honestly, if you like free verse poetry, maybe I should read some poems on the air sometime.
Yay, that would be so exciting. Maybe I should clip my toenails on the air.
That would be depressing as hell, actually, some of my poems. It'd drive people to suicide.
Yeah, really.
All right, so I write poetry. So I can juggle and write poetry. Helen?
Wow, you sound like a real winner in the high school popularity contest.
Number 3 is
there.
this segment really just roars on. Go ahead.
I hate eggs. I rarely ever eat eggs. You write poetry, I hate eggs. And you know that to be true.
You know I write poetry about eggs, Helen.
That's depressing.
I have several poems.
That's depressing. Yeah, I will use eggs. I will make eggs for other people, but I don't eat eggs because I think about what they are and it grosses me out.
Omelet. Why are you sitting there in a pan? Omelet? Question mark.
Are you near your death?
Who?
Your placenta has already been eradicated.
From what chicken have you emerged? Question mark.
Yes.
I don't have any poems.
About eggs?
No. Number 3 for me, Helen.
Yes.
I peaked as an athlete at age 12. I was a Little League home run king. I was the
I
equivalent.
thought you were going to say I peaked as an athlete in the cheerleader's dressing room.
No. That's a different kind of peaking, Helen.
Yes. I didn't know. I can't see what you've written.
Peak, that would be P-E-E-K-E-D, although you could also use P-E-A-K-E-D in the context of a cheerleader's dressing room, I guess.
Exactly, yes.
So that's 3 meanings, but I peaked. I was a sort of a young Babe Ruth playing Little League Baseball. I could
Now,
hit
mind
that.
you, every time we go past the field that's near his house, his hometown, he always tells me how many home runs he hit over the ball.
14 or 16, I think, in a year, which in the Little League season is pretty good.
Right.
I hit the long ball, and you know what they say, Helen?
What's that?
Chicks dig the long ball.
Actually,
They say that. Now, don't say anything disgusting or gross.
Yeah, well, then I can't.
Keep it
I'm
clean.
sorry.
Number 4, what do you have, or 3?
I never drank coffee until nursing school, but now I'm addicted.
Okay, that's good. Now, actually, that is actually informative because some people are coffee people, some people are tea people. You and I both are coffee people.
We are?
We are.
We are. I like iced coffee in the summertime, too, which I never did until this year.
This is fascinating.
I know. Riveting.
This is going into the Podcast Hall of Fame. You know, your job as producer probably should just be to produce the segments and actually not come up with the content.
This is nice. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay. Well, okay. You ready for my number 4?
Yes.
I would trade my children for a good piece of meatloaf.
Wow.
I love meatloaf, Helen. I love me some meatloaf.
And who makes the best meatloaf?
My mother.
I know she's listening, so you had to say that.
Yeah.
And who runs a really close
You
second?
do, honey.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks, Sonny boy.
Uh-huh. Listen, Mama's is always going to be the best.
I know you love my meatloaf, Sonny boy.
Yeah, see, that's why you should go visit her more often, because she'll make you
We
meatloaf.
just visited. Last episode was about the visit.
Exactly, but that was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, well, it's going to be another couple of weeks. I actually may see him at the big old, barbecue this weekend.
The big old shindig.
So do you have number 4 over there, Helen, for yourself? Are we up to 4 now as this segment drags on like a root canal?
Why would you even think that it sort of drags on? I don't...
Ugh.
Okay, so I have a fear. I have a silly fear and I have a real fear.
Mm-hmm.
So my silly fear is scary movies. I saw The Exorcist when I was 12 and I couldn't sleep for a week. It was horrible.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not a huge, neither are you really, of a huge scary movie person.
Nope.
And then my real fear is that as a nurse, I will hurt someone in my care. And that kind of keeps you on your toes and has you check things out a lot.
I have a fear that this segment sucks.
I have a fear that I'm going to reach over and bitch slap you.
That's my fear. Mm-hmm. My fear is there are no listeners left after this segment.
Oh, my God.
All right, my 5th and final revelation is that I had a radio show on a college radio station while I was in 6th grade.
Wow, I hope this is an upgrade.
Well, you see, that was my point. It really hasn't gotten any better.
Oh, you peaked as an athlete and as a radio star.
That's true. This podcast...
Let me ask you, did video kill the radio star?
Okay, that won't make the podcast because it's just...
It was a great joke.
That was an awful joke.
You're-
That joke was as bad as the segment you just produced.
Listen.
So did you have one left, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
What was your
do.
last one? Your fear. You have innate, a silly fear and a real fear.
I mean, I have a fear of being alone, too, but that's like, something that could be worked out in psych
You
class.
keep putting up segments like the one you just put up, and you're going to be alone.
Nope, because you're stuck with me, because this is your podcast. You're the one that says it with CJ Haddock all the time. Helen Haddock just like as a secondary aside thought.
H2's the show producer.
Yeah,
She's
whatever.
the shit.
Okay, so the last and final thing, it took me 3 tries to pass my driver's test. The first time was because I had never driven a car before, and the test driving center that was closest to my house was closing down, and my mom's like, oh, let's just go do it. It doesn't matter that you haven't ever driven a car. Backed over a cone, trying to parallel park. First
Damn,
one.
girl.
Second one was I knew how to drive, and I missed a stop sign that was hiding behind a tree branch. And then finally got it a third time. On a very funny side note, my brother Jerry took him 8 times to pass his driver's
Are you
test.
kidding me?
Did not. I'm not lying. Took him 8 times. Thought he was never going to pass. But then, in sort of defense of him, he was driving my dad's old 3/4-ton pickup truck.
Honey.
What?
There's no defense for failing your driver's test 7 times.
Poor Jerry.
There is no defense to that.
Poor Jerry.
So you shouldn't say in his defense.
Well, it was in his defense.
Yeah, not a great defense.
So now you people all know a little more about
Each of us.
losers.
Yeah, how much of the 5 things I revealed, how many of them did you know? Do you remember?
I knew that you could juggle.
Okay.
And I knew that you
Wrote
loved
poetry.
meatloaf.
Okay, that's 3 of 5.
I didn't know that you'd,
Peaked
trade
as an
your
athlete?
children.
Okay, how about peaking as an athlete at age 12? Yeah, you know that.
Well, yeah. I knew most of yours.
You didn't know about the college radio station.
I did not know that.
Anyway, that was a long time ago and
What
far
about
away.
mine? What did you know about me?
I knew what your fears were. I knew you were a tomboy.
Stitches in 9 places.
No, I did. You talk about that. What else did you have?
That I can hear things and tell a
I
lie.
I knew that. You're a pretty good bullshit detector.
That.
Did you have a list, or did you just do it off the top of your head?
No, I have a list here.
That's a shock.
Yeah, whatever. I you know that I hate eggs,
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I knew that.
and that I never drank coffee until nursing school.
All right, listen. If you think that segment was boring, coming out of the break, we're actually going to go over my actual weekend list. Helen will set up my weekend list concept, and then we'll actually walk through it. How would that be?
Boy,
that
that
sound
sounds
fun?
like paint drying.
That sound fun, boys and girls? Mm-hmm. Just hang on. Don't go anywhere. All right, kids, listen up. One thing that's not on my weekend list, but should be, is Movement Watches. Movement Watches was started by 2 broke college kids who wanted to wear stylish watches but couldn't afford them, so they started their own watch company and built a following. Movement Watches start at $95, and at a department store you're going to spend $400 or $500. Movement figured out that by selling online and without a middleman,
What?
blip, they were able to avoid retail markup to provide the best possible price. Classic design, quality construction, styled minimalism. Over 500,000 watches sold in 160 countries. Get 15% off today with free shipping and free returns by going to movementwatches.com. This watch has a clean design. You'll get compliments everywhere you go, assuming people like clean design watches. If they like bulky, big-ass watches, I guess maybe they won't. Now is the time to set up your watch game. Go to movementwatches.com and enjoy the movement. Movementwatches.com. The Pain and Anger Comedy Podcast proceeds forthwith and heretofore. Helen,
Yes.
what do you know about my weekend list process, Helen?
Oh, Jesus. It's an every weekend thing. And so Friday nights, Thursday nights, Friday nights, you sit down with pen and paper and you sit there and write a list of things that you're going to do over the weekend. Not only do you write a list, but then you alphabetize and numeralize it. So,
That's right. 2 tiers of prioritization, letter and number.
yeah. So on this list, you have things that you need to do, like, I don't know.
Well, for example, the list would read like A1, A2, A3,
Yes.
B1, B2, B3.
But the thing that I find most amusing about your list is the mundane bullcrap that you put on it, like rest
Yeah.
or read or
well, honey, those
shave.
I don't
or,
put shave on there.
You know,
I don't put shave on there. Now stop.
I mean, come on now.
And Helen, why don't you tell everybody every week who is A1 on that weekend list?
Yours truly.
Helen. I write it in there.
Mwah.
Now listen, I don't believe that she's A1.
No, he never does.
I show her that.
Right.
And
To try and earn some bonus points,
I
but
feel
it
it
just
gets
doesn't
her.
work.
Yeah, I feel it gets her off my ass for the weekend.
Yeah, right.
So-
weren't you the one that was complaining that you missed me yesterday because I was busy?
Yes, you were quite busy.
So,
And to put some meat on this bone, and to sort of make the previous segment seem mildly entertaining, here's some of the things on my list for this weekend, actual things.
brace yourself, Bessie. Here it comes.
How about this one? Pay bills.
Yeah,
That's A2.
yeah. That's the list.
Now, I write them as they occur to me, so the actual numbering and lettering is not consecutive, as you would say. Anyway, also on the list, hockey. That's B2. I played hockey Friday night. Podcast is always on the list. That's B1. Mm-hmm. Guess what else is on the list this weekend, Helen? Firewood.
Firewood.
That's right. And that's actually coupled. That's B3 and B4. B3 and B4 are firewood and trim the trees outside.
Oh my goodness. Brace
What else
yourself.
we got? I have open the mail on the list. That's
Yeah,
A6.
I mean, who has to put open the mail on the list?
I don't know.
That would be like me put glass in cupboard.
Desk chairs. I had to order 2 desk chairs. That's on the list.
You're a boring mofo.
And also a father-son trip. Charlie and I have a father-son trip coming up in way far away in February. And that's on the list of things to do. So you see, Alan, there's all kinds of stuff on that list. None of it interesting, apparently.
No. I mean, get a life. Home slice?
What was the silliest thing, did you think? A mail? That was bad?
Rest. Is rest on there this week?
Rest isn't on there this week.
Okay, because normally rest or read, those two things are just
Actually, read's not on there either. Sometimes I do put read and also write because I do journal.
God,
I have a lot of pain and anger.
Yes, you're so angsty, you emo. You middle-aged emo.
And I do it on a computer, but I then delete the computer copy and I print out a paper copy because I don't want people getting into my
he
personal
doesn't want
papers.
people to know how angst he must
I
have.
have a lot in that journal about Helen and what a pain in the ass she is.
Yeah, right.
So after I'm gone,
You couldn't live without me.
which is not going to be too much longer. After I'm gone, Helen, you might want to skip over those parts.
Right, sure.
Did we have a commercial already?
Yeah.
My love-hate affair with sleep continues.
Oh, yes.
Helen saw me sitting at my desk with a natural sort of sunlight lamp staring me in the face this morning.
Yes.
And that's of no goddamn use whatsoever. I want to make sure everyone knows that. I mean, it hasn't worked for me, I should say.
Right.
It supposedly helps your circadian rhythms. You see, boys and girls, a big papa sleeps best between, say, 4 or 5 a.m. and like 10 a.m.
And we should let them know that this morning you didn't just sleep between those hours. You almost got killed between those 2 hours.
I'm out of phase, you see, with normal people. I'm not like the other children.
No.
I sleep, my circadian, rhythms there are amiss, Helen.
Right.
And so I'm trying to readjust them.
You know what's totally out of miss is that I could see sleeping with white noise. I could see that. I could see sleeping with classical music. I could see sleeping. You sleep with CNN blasting. And this morning, I almost hurt you, for real.
Yeah, you did. You yelled this morning.
I did, because
Angrily.
Not only did I have a pillow over my head, I was pushing said pillow down on my head, and I could still hear CNN.
But you see, dear, one man's loud noise is another man's whisper. I'm going, as you know, deaf.
No, it's because you have a CPAP machine that makes noise, and you have
Honey.
that stupid thing.
I have bad hearing, honey.
No.
I don't have bad hearing?
What?
I don't have bad hearing? Are
What?
you really going to say that? Of course I have bad hearing.
What'd you say?
My hearing sucks.
What?
It's not funny. My hearing sucks. You know this.
Yeah, well, just because your hearing sucks doesn't mean you have to, not let me sleep.
you know
I
what,
have
Helen?
to get up at the butt crack of dawn every weekday, and I just wanted to sleep in this morning, and all I could hear was Jake Tapper talking about what the state of the union is, which, you know,
Hey.
quite honestly, at freaking 4:30 in the morning, I really don't care.
Hey, Gabby,
What do you want?
here's an idea. Next time, don't marry somebody 30 years older than you.
Listen, if you were 30 years older than me, let me just not even say, because I'd be pushing you off a cliff in your wheelchair.
Mentally, Helen, physically, I am 30 years older than you. I have the mind and body of a 70-year-old man.
I'm not going to comment on that because you're just weird.
Well, I mean, I'm not a young man, and so I can't hear. What? I can't hear very well.
No, I think more telling than you not being able to hear is the fact that you have CNN on all the time. Old people have the news on all the freaking time.
You know, we don't want to get into, this is an anti-Trump zone.
I'm not saying anything about Trump. I'm just
know.
saying, old people keep the news on all the time.
Yeah, they do, and I'm one of those people. I'm
You've
not gonna
become one of those people. I like to watch TV that's going to... When I watch TV, I want to watch something that's going to take my mind off of whatever's going on. I think I'm going to do a Game of Thrones podcast. That would be great. An
That would be great.
uncensored Game of Thrones podcast.
And I wouldn't know what the frick you were talking about.
If you guys think that that's a good idea, you should email at painangercomedy@gmail.com because I think that would be awesome.
If you think a Game of Thrones podcast would be a good idea, send us an email, as Helen just said, painangercomedy@gmail.com. Helen,
Yes, dear.
I think it's time for the CJ and Helen argument of the week.
Oh, bring it, bring it, bring it. That's not very argumentative music.
Oh, it's a beaut. All right, Helen, this week on the argument of the week, this was a big one. This one lasted perhaps 2 days. Some fairly rough texts went back and forth between Mrs. and myself.
Uh-huh.
This week, the argument of the week is oversharing on Facebook, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, so I want to set myself up here.
Okay, you go ahead. You go do that.
I don't post pictures very often. And if I do, they're of our dogs, mostly. And so this past week, I posted a picture of Alex and CJ in the yard.
In the backyard.
In the backyard. CJ was in his like man shirt and it was a far away shot, so it wasn't very close. And he didn't notice that I posted said picture for a couple days. And when he did notice that I posted said picture, he flipped out. He had like this total conniption. Why did you post it?
I didn't flip out.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't.
You were like, you got your panties in a bunch.
My home is my sanctuary.
What the hell? You were in the backyard. It wasn't like I posted a picture of you naked in bed.
I am very, what's the word, unphotogenic. I don't like being photographed. I always tell you, if you think you're gonna post something, let me look at it first so I can disapprove it, veto it. This one, nobody talked to me about nothing.
You were far away, so you looked pretty good.
Well, I mean, I suppose I look best from a satellite in outer space. I totally get that, but I had no say in this picture, and one thing led to another.
Let me just say that the bottom line in all of this is control. He was upset because he didn't get to control every single situation.
I don't like my private business.
Dude, you were chopping logs, and Alex was pooping scooping.
And then, to make it worse, Numbnuts over here, the following day, posted an article.
I reposted an article that said something about being married to your soulmate and how it's not.
How it sucks sometimes.
Right, it does suck sometimes.
Now,
every relationship sucks, even this one, at times.
I don't disagree with you that even when you're married to your soulmate,
it's going to suck.
And it sucks when she posts shit she's not supposed to on Facebook.
Yeah, he gets like an attitude with me about, oh, you posted this and people are going to read into it and blah, 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 blah. Listen.
See, now this
isn't about, it wasn't about us. It was just a general sort of, oh, this is a good article and it makes sense. Everybody who's in a relationship can relate to it.
This, Helen, the argument of the week, this is an interesting segment.
Yeah, this is obnoxious.
Point, counterpoint. Now, I wonder, if you post something that says, sometimes my soulmate's an asshole, what does Jane Q. Public or John Q. Public interpret from you posting an article like that? Oh, Helen must think CJ's a soulmate, and he's an asshole.
Okay, so what bothers you the most? The fact that they think that I thought that I was inferring that you were my soulmate, or the fact that you're inferring you're an asshole? Because the whole world knows that already.
No, the argument infers that you think I'm an asshole. Let's assume I'm an asshole. Mm-hmm. I'll agree I'm an asshole.
Right.
What I object to is you telling everybody that you think I'm an asshole.
That's already like public knowledge.
Listen, our marital engagements are nobody's business.
Really? I would think that you would be proud that I even went to the idea that possibly you could be my soulmate.
Let me tell you something.
Because there's a lot of people in this world that would be happy if I called them my soulmates.
I just forgot what I was going to tell you.
All right, Grimpster.
Let me tell you something.
Tell me.
What were you talking? What were we talking about?
Here we go back into days.
Let me tell you something. There
are a lot of people that would be happily called my soulmate.
Yeah, no, I know. I don't disagree with that. Our marriage is our business.
Exactly. I wasn't out there saying like, hey, CJ wears striped panties when he goes to sleep.
Hold on over there, numbnuts. I remember.
Yeah.
I just forgot again. I swear to Christ. I swear to Christ. Oh, yeah. No, I remember. I got it.
Okay.
I better say it before I forget it again.
Yes, Grampy.
I sort of in a sarcastic kind of joking way said, oh, Helen, that was fine. I just posted an article. I reposted an article on Facebook that says what to do if your wife is an oversharing asshat. Mm-hmm. Now what would people think? What would people think if I posted such an article? See, this is what Helen...
here's the thing. One is a derogatory thing, and the other one is just like...
No.
It says like, hey, even if you're married to your soulmate...
He is an...
It's not saying you're an asshole. It just says the relationship can be difficult.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, if I posted something that says, 10 ways you know your wife's an oversharing asshat on Facebook, people would infer that I was talking about, my wife.
See, this is where I have a problem with you because it is not. It is not.
You
and
say
I
that.
repeat, not.
You say that as if it's your only problem, but go ahead.
Well, I mean, there are lots of them, but
You repeat not.
I repeat that it is not anything that just was like a general sort of, oh, this is true, because there are a lot of people that think that if you're in a relationship with someone, it should be all sunshine and roses. And it's not always all sunshine and roses. You could argue about, oh, your partner being an idiot and blasting CNN at 4 in the freaking morning, or your partner misconstruing everything and thinking that he is in control of everything.
Let me tell you something over there, monkey face.
No, I think you need to look at yourself, chimp boy. Michael Jackson called. He wants you back in the cage.
Facebook is a playground for passive-aggressive relationship complaints.
Well, listen, I am neither passive. I can be a little aggressive. So guess what? If I have something to tell you about our relationship, I'm telling you straight to your face. I don't need to post on Facebook.
You didn't tell me straight to my face about how your soulmate's an asshole.
Listen, you know that you get on my nerves.
Yeah, but see, it's the sharing, you see. Like, send me a copy of the article, Helen. Why do you got to tell the world that you think your husband is an asshole? That's what I don't understand. And that's what I get about oversharing.
I seriously do not understand where your malfunction is.
I know. And I don't understand where you come from on this, and I think that's generational. Facebook, you grew up. Facebook's kind of a new thing for me, and I'm a private person. And Facebook.
But what did I post that was so terrible?
That your husband's an asshole.
Really?
Yeah. How
many times have you posted about how much you hate Pittsburgh Penguins fans?
Many times. Never.
And guess what?
Never once. Hey.
This girl is a Pittsburgh Penguins fan.
Right. See, this is where you should not have married someone who practiced in the arts of debate. Mm-hmm. There are lots of Pittsburgh Penguins fans. There's only one, Mr. Helen Haddock. That's me.
There are a lot of people that would have read that article that would not have thought that it was, oh, my husband's a jerkball, or have inferred that, oh, Helen's posting this because she thinks that her husband's an asshole.
I don't believe it. I would thank you not to publish photographs of me in my castle, my domain, that I don't approve.
Please.
And I would also thank you not to post passively aggressive complaint articles about your husband.
It doesn't have anything to do with you.
Yes, you see, but it does by inference.
Well, guess what? You're the one that's thinking that it does.
We're going in circles on this.
So guess what? Maybe it's true.
Let's agree to disagree and just appreciate the fact of the variety in the fruit punch of our marriage, Helen. Do you have anything to sell over there? Hopefully it's not, Facebook posting for the oversharing.
Oh, really? Is that what you're afraid that it might be?
Yeah, with you? Yeah, I am.
Uh-huh.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I am.
All right. Sell some shit. She still got the sourpuss mug over there because she knows I'm right.
Yeah, you think you're right.
Helen, what are we talking about over there today?
So, I know what you think is really sexy. And we should share it with people because we're sharing
Yeah,
now.
post it on frickin' Facebook, why don't you?
You love it when a woman comes next to you and rubs her hairy legs on you.
What?
Yes. But to avoid that fatigue that you might have, Dollar Shave Club.
What, fatigue?
Fatigue.
Oh, okay.
You might have.
Uh-huh.
Dollar Shave Club always gives you a close, smooth shave, and you can't be the price.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to choose between settling for a cheap bag of disposable razors or paying out of the nose for a razor with laser pointer and 17 blades. So I just have to tell you that you wrote this ad copy and you wrote the word nose, N-O-Z-E.
Oh, Jesus.
There you go. It's overkill. You never need more than two. Dollar Shave Club broke into the scene with a smarter choice. Before Dollar Shave Club, it was either save money and get a painful shave from a disposable razor, like the ones they give away for free at the gym, which felt like shaving with a piece of glass, or you paid through the nose for the latest shave breakthrough and you didn't need like a chin detector. What?
Yeah, that's right. You didn't need a chin detector. Go ahead.
Or 17 blades.
That's right.
That doesn't make any sense to me, but whatever. We're not talking about me. We're talking about how awesome Dollar Shave Club is.
Oh, good save.
So Dollar Shave Club is the best of both worlds. You get the best premium shave quality at a disposable shave price. If you haven't tried Dollar Shave Club yet, you're missing out. It's an amazing shave at an affordable price. There's no smarter choice on the market. And right now they're giving away a 1-month free trial with any of their razors for $1.
Damn, girl.
$1. And that, you know what else?
What?
That's free shipping.
Oh.
Can't beat that.
Nope.
After that, it's just a few bucks a month. There's no long-term commitment, no hidden fees, or like hidden messages on Facebook that you think there are.
Exactly, like you post.
Get your online dollar trial at dollarshaveclub.com. Perhaps you should join them because whatever razor you use, you end up with toilet paper dabs all over your chin.
I use an old classic safety razor, one blade, like Teddy Roosevelt used back in the day, because I like the challenge of it, Helen.
That's just weird.
I know. I'm old school. Anyway, the Pain and Anger Comedy Podcast resumes with some news. I did write nose, N-O-Z-E, on there. What the
no
hell?
crap.
N-O-Z-E. That's not how you spell nose.
No, really? I didn't know.
All right. That was a good segment, that Facebook segment, because that oversharing thing, that's what people identify with, and you and I mix it up good there, Helen. See, that's the fuel of our marriage right there, Helen. The back and forth. The fuel.
The fuel?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's the locomotion.
And sometimes I just walk away from you thinking, what an asshole.
That's not locomotion. That's just me.
No.
Yeah, maybe you could post something on Facebook, like five ways your husband sucks.
No, I've never said anything like that.
Let's assume you post that. What do people think? Do people think that you're not talking about me?
Right.
You're insane.
Because women who have a husband would think about that.
Yeah, I think you're wrong.
Whatever.
Incredibly wrong.
Whatever.
Anyway, but that was a good segment. That sure beat to hell the 5 things you don't know about me with the Exorcist and I don't want to kill people bullshit. Oh boy. I mean, that may not even make the cut.
You're like ferociously bitter today.
Oh, Helen. This is our therapy, Helen. This is our weekly therapy.
This is your therapy.
What the hell's going on, Helen?
I'm baking bread upstairs. Did you know that?
Yeah, I did. And I don't appreciate that either, by the by.
Listen, it is pretty awesome because I'm baking bread upstairs and it's going to be ready in a little bit. And you know why I'm baking bread? Because I have tomatoes that have been out all day because warmer tomatoes are better.
Sakes.
And I have mozzarella, fresh mozzarella, and I'm going to have some chicken caprese with some nice crusty bread when it's all said and done.
Ain't that just a wonderful bippity goddamn festival?
It's
Some of us, Helen,
amazing.
are trying to stay away from the carbs.
Listen, you can stay away from the carbs all you want, but every once in a while you got to break down and eat a piece of crusty bread. Yeah. And I'm baking it to take into work with me, so they're going to love me tomorrow.
Bunch of bullshit.
Whatever. Whatever.
Let's see what's going on with the news. I don't know. Let me grab it off the teletype here.
And if you believe he grabbed it off the teletype, then you believe what he says about Facebook oversharing.
That's a paper sound effect right there, Helen. Mm-hmm. Helen, Dateline, Fort Lauderdale. Authorities in Florida say they arrested a man who robbed a bank stripped naked and ran down the street throwing stolen money. A spectacle that he somehow thought would jumpstart his career as a comedian.
Oh, my goodness.
He'd start his career as a criminal.
Yeah, really.
FBI says 25-year-old Alexander Sperber is now charged with bank robbery. A federal complaint says the man told authorities he parked his car at the bank, made a gun motion with his hand, and demanded money from a teller who gave him about $4,700.
Wow.
Officials say, unfortunately, a red dye pack exploded, staining his clothes and a cast on his left wrist. Mr. Sperber was taken to a hospital and found to be coherent and uninjured. It is unclear if he has an attorney, but he's going to need one. Helen?
That's crazy.
If I rob a bank and I get away with it, I'm not going to take my clothes off and throw the money around.
I bet you wouldn't. I mean, that's a little bananas.
Well, Helen, there is, it seems, no end to dumb criminals in this country.
Okay.
Dateline, Concord, New Hampshire, Helen. Are you listening over there, or are you looking at your goddamn email?
I'm listening to you. Concord, New Hampshire.
United States Marshals say they have found a New Hampshire fugitive of the week tanning in a family member's backyard in Massachusetts, and they promptly arrested her.
Oh.
The U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force featured 35-year-old Amy Beth Tremblay in local media in New Hampshire on July 12th. An arrest warrant had been issued for her in March on bail violation following a drug conspiracy charge. The task force said Wednesday that tipsters reported seeing her sunning herself in a yard in Haverhill, Massachusetts. So they showed up and arrested her.
Why?
Miss Tremblay was taken, jailed in Boscawen, New Hampshire. Boscawen?
I don't know.
New Hampshire. Chuck, if you're listening, send me an email at painangercomedy@gmail.com with a proper pronunciation of Boscawen, New Hampshire. Miss Tremblay was scheduled to appear in federal court in Concord on Thursday. It wasn't immediately known if she had a lawyer. Maybe the same lawyer could represent her and the naked bank robber.
Right. Sunning and banking, it's all good.
Oh, honey. Honey, how many of us in our life are ever going to own a super, super expensive Italian sports car?
Not many.
That's right, Helen. Let me just grab this off the teletype. Hold on.
Oh, okay, yes. Mm-hmm.
Dateline London, Helen. Mm-hmm. A British driver has survived a major crash in his Ferrari 1 hour after he bought it.
Oh, my God.
Local police.
Maybe he shouldn't have bought it.
Local police call it a miracle escape, but the car was not so lucky. The police department of South Yorkshire posted photos of a smoking wrecked car, saying it went airborne and burst into flames beside a highway in northern England. A Ferrari 430 Scuderia. Why don't you Google that? What the hell is that? What does that retail for? The Ferrari 430 Scuderia. Worth about 260 grand.
Read on, Gramps.
Ended up in a burning heap in a field.
Oh, my God.
The driver only had minor cuts and bruises, according to the police, but they also detected, quote, a sense of damaged pride.
You think? Dude, don't buy a car you can't drive. Because apparently you can't drive it. If you're trying to impress chicks are impressed with guys that can drive, not guys that wreck their cars.
That Ferrari's not going to do you any good the way it is now, bro. Police said the driver told officers, I only just got it. I picked it up an hour ago.
Ugh.
And the article concludes, Helen, with the following. Police urged local drivers to take care on the roads.
Uh-huh.
That must have come from Sergeant Obvious. I don't know.
Yeah, Captain America there.
Super. Am I boring you with my stories over here, Helen?
Why would you be boring
We're
me?
going over the wide world of wackiness here.
Yeah.
And speaking of wacky, Helen,
You?
Dateline Sheffield Lake, Ohio.
Okay.
An Ohio woman called 911 in a panic Thursday afternoon with a simple reason. A 5.5-foot long boa constrictor she had rescued a day earlier had wrapped itself around her neck and was biting her face.
Oh, well, you know what? That's what you get for getting a stupid boa constrictor.
Please hurry, the frightened woman told the dispatcher. He's biting my nose. Firefighters were sent, as were police, to the home in Sheffield Lake, a community about 25 miles west of Cleveland. The dispatcher said she'd never heard of anything like that before. Rescuers arrived within minutes.
So wait a second. This woman is concerned about the boa wrapping itself around her neck. She's not concerned about that. She's concerned about it biting her freaking nose?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's harder to...
Oh, dear Jesus.
Rescuers arrived within 5 minutes and found this poor woman lying in a bloody driveway of her home.
Oh.
The snake holding tight. Oh, damn. I should have read this. The firefighter cut off the snake's head with a pocket knife. Oh, dear Lord. That is nasty.
Ooh, you just gave me the shivers.
Yeah, that's disgusting. And the 45-year-old woman who hadn't been identified because she
was too embarrassed?
Maybe.
Like the Ferrari guy? Her and the Ferrari guy should go into hiding together.
Well, anyway, she went to the hospital. She took an ambulance ride to the hospital.
Dumb. Why buy a freaking snake?
Well,
why?
Helen, it's funny you should say that because the final paragraph of the article says why. The woman told the dispatcher following the call that she had rescued 2 boa constrictors on Wednesday and that she owned herself 9 ball pythons.
Well, here's the thing.
Wait a minute. She says 9 ball pythons. Are those pythons who have 9 balls or pythons who play 9 ball or 9 quantity of 9 ball pythons? What's a ball python?
It is a giant python that that people shouldn't own because they should live out in the freaking swamplands.
I don't get it. I don't get owning a lizard. I don't get any. What do you get back from a reptile?
Scaly. There's some lady, I've seen the picture on Facebook or the video on Facebook, and she has like a monitor lizard, which are these huge lizards. She like sleeps with it and stuff.
Oh, that's disgusting. That's disgusting.
That's horrible.
Anyway, I don't know what the deal is with lizards.
Snakes, lizards, anything else? No, thank you. No,
Helen,
thank you. Or spiders, when people own spiders? Oh, freak, no.
Not all in the world is about bad luck, Helen.
Oh, really? Okay, cool.
Dateline, Quebec City. There are lucky men, and then there's Jules Perron.
Oh.
For the second time in 9 years, 69-year-old Quebec retiree Jules Perron has won $1 million Canadian lottery.
And did you know Canadian money, when you win in Canada, there's no taxes?
Can I do that again?
Yeah, you can do that again.
For the second time in 9 years, 69-year-old Jules Perron of Quebec has won $1 million Canadian bucks playing the lottery.
Sacre bleu!
Jesus Christ. Perrant muses out loud, quote, "Was I born under a good star or something?" ? He showed up at lottery offices to pick up a check, Helen, for $1,222,069.
Damn, boo.
After winning a jackpot from an online play worth $3.20. That's a good return on your money. Lotto Quebec places the odds of such a bet at about 1 in 23 million. Wow. But this dude also won $1 million in 2008. He said that Thursday gambling is one of his favorite pastimes, along with walking, hunting, and fishing, and he intends to keep playing, Helen. He also plans to build a new house.
Is he single?
I don't know. He's 69. Congratulations, anyway, to Mr. Perron. If I knew how to say good luck in French. How do you say good luck in French, Helen?
I don't know.
Or congratulations in French. Yeah, you have access to the technology over there. You just refuse to use it. Anyway, that's this week's.
You have 2 freaking computer screens in front of you there.
But I'm talking.
Jimpy boo.
That's this week's news.
Uh-huh.
I'd like to win that lottery just once.
Right? Twice. And no taxes.
Damn. No, is that true? No taxes?
Yeah. Those
Damn,
Canadians, man, universal health care. They've got, they have hockey. They have really cool cities like Sault Ste. Marie and things like that. We don't have a city like Sault Ste. Marie.
Could you stop hitting your microphone, bozo?
You're a bozo. And they have free health care, and they have Justin, my boy Justin.
Justin Bieber?
Justin Trudeau.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of hockey, as I contemplate my retirement last week, I had my first point in about 1 billion years. I had an assist.
You know what else you had?
What?
Some penalty minutes.
Oh, I did have 2 penalty minutes. First time in my career.
And you should let them know what you said to the referee.
I'm a slow player. I was called for hooking. As I was skating over to the penalty box with the referee, I said, "I am nowhere near good enough, dude, to take a penalty. I'm not that good." With that, both benches erupted in laughter, as did the referee. Mm-hmm. And I served, as they said in the movie Slapshot, I served my 2 minutes in shame. Mm-hmm. Fortunately, my boys killed it off, and we were no worse for the wear. Mm-hmm. But I'm probably still going to retire because I'm old.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, it's good. It's a good thing to do, but god damn, I want to, I want to score more. I want to be younger, prettier, faster. You know how it is.
No, because I'm younger, I'm prettier, and I'm substantially faster.
All right, let's, before we say goodbye, you want to do a couple emails or no?
Sure.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready to go.
All right. This is episode 41, by the way.
Sweet.
Dear CJ, my wife is very popular, chatty, and of course beautiful. She appears to have ended a good number of prior relationships well, and she is still stays in touch with some of her exes online via Facebook, Twitter, etc.
Oh my God.
I trust her implicitly, of course, but I have to admit, it just rubs me the wrong way. I generally do not stay in touch with exes of mine. Should I talk to her about it or keep my mouth shut? Thanks, the show's good. Not great, but good. Signed, Dave in Sandusky, Ohio. Well, Helen, Dave should have addressed that to you, shouldn't he have? Mm-hmm. Because you're big friends with Mr. Goalie and all your boys, and it's just a wonderful little circle of buddies you got going there.
Uh-huh.
Well, he sent it to me. So here's my answer, Dave. That ain't cool. It just ain't cool.
Oh, it's not?
I don't think. I mean, I don't know. Is that cool? Is it cool? I don't know. Dave, listen. From Sandusky, Ohio. She's with you, right? You know, these young women these days, you know, you just heard me and Mrs. Helen over here for 10 minutes have a fight about whether or not she should post articles about why her husband sucks.
It wasn't about why your husband sucks.
Anyway, Helen, what's your perspective on that? Because I know you know, there's a long line of ex-boyfriends that you stay in touch with. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
There's not a long line of ex-boyfriends I stay in touch with.
It's longer than a ball python.
Really?
Yep, that's right.
Okay. Listen, if you ended a relationship and you're still cordial with each other, then great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Right.
not like, you know, I am flying out to see people or, you know, doing anything crazy.
Helen, do you know what men want to do with women who are friends? They want to bang them, Helen.
Really?
Did you ever see When Harry Met Sally?
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, that's the truth. So,
But I have guy friends that I don't want to bang.
yeah, I am grateful, and
Yes.
B, that's wonderful, but that doesn't reflect their views.
Yeah, but it takes two to tango, doesn't it?
Well, I guess. Dave, my suggestion is you talk to her. And, you know,
This is ass backwards therapy. You want to talk about passive aggressive? You just hit passive aggressive on the head.
what are you talking about?
But this is about you.
This ain't about me at all. This is about Dave from Sandusky, Ohio. What are you saying? I'm making up this email? He just wrote it. It did interest me, given the you know, 50 to 100 ex-boyfriends you have online. That
Oh
you
my
still
God!
talk.
You got upset because I said happy birthday to someone I had a relationship with.
First of all, I'm not upset. Second of all, any man wants one thing from a woman. Okay.
He's married. He has a kid.
Oh, I see. So he's married. That makes it nice and safe, right?
Yeah.
What married man would do anything? You know. Please.
You better be the married man that doesn't do anything, or I will reach over and put you in a motor scooter before
Well,
you know it.
honey, fortunately for me, all my desires and fantasies are fulfilled right here in the Pain and Anger Comedy Podcast Studios.
They are.
Anyway, Dave, talk to Mrs. Dave about this. And I think the key, I don't think there's a right answer, right, Helen? I think that you both have to be sort of comfortable on the same page. Or in the case of Helen, just disregard her husband's wishes entirely.
What are my husband's wishes?
We're not going to get into that. I think you should do what you think's appropriate, Helen, with Mr. Goalie Boy and all the exes, Joe Ski Bum and Frank the Potato and Johnny Two Step and whoever.
What the hell are you talking
Whoever the hell.
about?
I'm just giving up these names. I don't know. I'm making it up as we go.
Yeah, really.
Anyway, Helen, why? I mean, why do you stay in touch with these men?
I feel like if you've had a relationship with someone that you
Yeah, I
know,
don't know.
no.
I don't know. Actually, I don't know.
I mean, I'm not like you. I don't crash and burn in relationships.
Right. Well, listen, let's do this. Folks, if you have an opinion on this, send us an email at painangercomedy@gmail.com.
I mean, you're the one I stood in front of God and all of our friends and family and said I was going to be married to. So,
Yeah. But nobody told me you were going to stay in touch with Johnny Two Lips and Frankie Four Thumbs and all your
did I date mafiosos?
all your man friends.
I mean, really?
Joe Ski Bum, Frank the Potato, the list goes on and on. You know who you are out there, fellas?
You're retarded.
You think any of them are listening?
Maybe.
You look a little discomfortable over there, Helen. Are you okay?
Yeah, because this
Is this an issue that bothers you, Helen? This is Dave wrote this.
Yeah.
This is about Dave and his wife, not about you and me, Helen. Dave from Sandusky, Ohio. Apparently his wife doesn't love him either. Moving on. This is great. Helen and CJ. So listen up, Helen. I'm a newlywed! Exclamation point. We just got back from our honeymoon about a month ago, and before that we had a wonderful wedding ceremony and a reception. Except for one thing. My wife's brother, who is now my brother-in-law, got very drunk at the reception. He made a bit of a fool of himself. It started out innocently enough, some breadstick antenna, you know, like taking the breadsticks and making them antennas, and then maybe a little loudness. He continues, the listener continues, but things went downhill from groping the bridesmaids and the groom's mother to a crying jag and a suicide threat. It really got out of hand. Do we say anything to him or do we let it go? Wayne from Calabasas, California. Thank you, Wayne, for writing to painangercomedy@gmail.com. Helen, what do you think? I mean, perhaps best to let sleeping dogs lie?
Yeah.
What do you
sleeping
think?
Dogs lie.
Yeah, I think so too, probably. If you got through the ceremony and there were no arrests, felonies, no formal complaints filed, no judicial proceedings.
You got your deposit back on your wedding location.
Maybe that should really be the key factor, Helen. See, you just saved your answer there.
Mm-hmm.
If you get your deposit back on the reception hall, let sleeping dogs lie.
Consider it a bonus.
Yeah, it's let me just say this about that. It's not a cash bar, an open bar, right? Mm-hmm. An open bar is a dangerous thing for some people.
Right.
I'm not a big drinker. Used to be, back way back. Used to be before I even went to wedding receptions. But an open bar can be a dangerous thing. Mm-hmm. It's certainly generous to the bride and groom. Who pays for that usually? The groom's father? I don't know.
I thought the groom's father. Somebody does.
Or the bride's father.
Somebody. I don't know.
If you know the rules about who finances weddings, send us an email to painangercomedy@gmail.com. Here's another one for both of us. Hey, guys, it says, I have odds of the two of you divorcing within 3 years at about 5-1, or roughly 20%. What say you, question mark?
Christ almighty.
Anthony from Fort Lee, New Jersey. 5-1, Anthony. That's like not like super great odds, but it's also not like crazy remote odds. So that's an interesting number you put on it. 5-1, Helen. 20% chance. 2 chances in 10, Helen, that we're divorced within 3 years. Mm-hmm. What do you think about that? Are these emails this week are really like going right to it, aren't they? They are really going right to it. I would say, Anthony, probably the answer to your question would depend about how many ex-suitors remain on Mrs. Haddock's Facebook and social web and whatever else she's got with Frankie Fingertips and Joey Big Hands. I don't know. I would say to Anthony in Fort Lee that his odds are wrong. That there's a very, very remotely low chance. 2 reasons. I don't want to move furniture. Secondly, I love you very much. Mm-hmm. On the air. I profess it on the air. Mm-hmm. There you go. Helen and CJ, a couple of weeks ago you mentioned bathing suit etiquette. Now that the summer is here. I'm a large man, but I enjoy the Speedo-style swim trunks. I have a very small pair that is barely visible when I sport it. Oh. I understand you don't want me wearing it to the beach, but can I wear it at my pool at home?
Knock yourself out.
Signed Hugh from Jupiter, Florida.
Right. Hugh, you rock your Speedo at home.
Honest?
Yeah.
Don't think... let me just suggest maybe a couple of variables here, Helen. What kind of fence does he have? Mm-hmm. Are there children around? Mm-hmm. Has anyone recently eaten? Mm-hmm. I don't think that's capable of a simple answer. Mm-hmm. You were a doll this week, Helen. As always, you make the show. And Helen, thanks again.
No worries.
You're all right. Mm-hmm. And to all Helen's old suitors out there, to the many thousands of men who may be listening out there, you really lost one of the best things you could have lost, and your loss is my gain. Your loss is my gain. Send us an email, any of you old boyfriends, to painangercomedy@gmail.com with embarrassing Helen stories. Be happy to listen to those and put those on the air. We're on Twitter at painangercomedy. Get episodes direct, painangercomedy.wordpress.com. We are on SoundCloud and YouTube, and you can always subscribe to us on iTunes. Right, Helen?
And they can rate us.
And what else can they do?
Write a nice review.
See, you must be listening. Remember, if you're going to shop on Amazon, go through our website, painangercomedy.wordpress.com. It's one extra click. You get right to Amazon like you were just there. We get credit for sending you there. Spend a lot of money.
We love it.
We'll get like fractions of cents of thousands of dollars.
Right. It'll cost them more to send us the check.
That's right. The summer rolls on. Thank you again, Helen. Thanks again, boys and girls. Stay angry.
Stay funny.
We'll see you
on the flip side.
On the flip side. Hang in there. Have a great summer. www.pangang...
Ping? Ping.
Some of 'em a bitch.
Ping and thing.
www.pang...
Do you want me to try?
No, my volume. Oh, turn that sound off on your phone. Helen, Big Mama.
I hate when you do that.
What
I've been
the
trying to tell
f- was I trying to... Hopefully it's not... Oops. Hopefully it's... The U.S. Marshals Task Force announced that it... No.
Check out my melodies.
The police force said... Wait, no. The force said the driver told officers... What?
The Force? Are we talking like Star Wars and shit?
I'm sorry. For the first time... No, dumbass. That would make the article...
Void?
Void
No?
and null.
Void?
That's good. For the first... No.
No?
You fucking... What the hell? Why do you have to scream?
Why do you have to be an idiot?
But this dude also won $1 million back in
Back when?
I would put you on an urn if I knew how to put things on urns.
I'm gonna fuck you up is what I have to say.
Oh, man. Well, anything else about the bathing suit?
The bathing suit?
Yeah.
You can rock out with his cock out. Go right ahead.
I can't use that.
I mean, he could just,
That will be funny in the gag reel.
wear your banana hammock, Hugh. I mean, if your nuts need that much
you can't
much
say
support,
that, Helen. You can't say nuts, I don't think.
yes, you can.
Folks, boys, girls, stay angry.
Stay tuned.
Let's do that again. I
Yeah.
f***ed that all up.
Totally jacked that shit up.